Welcome. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. If you are returning, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. This is an open channel for all walks of life. If you find yourself here randomly stumbling upon, bumping your head, falling in like Alice, falling down the rabbit hole of evolutionary adventure, you're in the right place. Okay, there is no second guessing that. Welcome. I'm like working my way in. So typically, like, this is gonna be a long one, guys. Yay! So we're gonna be happy full mooning, right? We're gonna be full mooning, diving into the evolution of this revolution that is ours, this quantum upgrade of mind, body, heart, and soul infusion, right? Being the master alchemist and deliberate, purposeful creators, creating that which is in alignment with you in all that you do, for all that you do, in the greatness of that too. And not getting so caught up out there in the monkey brain of everything that is distorted illusion and conditioning, right? Because you're breaking through, you're getting through, you're rising up. That's the step, right? So that's dope as fudge. And so we're gonna explore where we are now, let's say, because now is all we ever have in focus. And if you're not focused in your now mistake moments, right, doing that which should be done, and not wasting your fucking time, you know, that's what's up. Chances are, if you're here, you're not wasting your time, you're about that, or you want to be. And so that's an energy to acknowledge, you know what I mean? Everybody's going to be on different pages, different stages of their own evolution. I'm not here to pick that apart, or, you know, whatever. I'm still in a constant state of evolution and revolution. That's never ending. Like, we're always in a constant state of that. And so I'm here like you, like learning too, and doing all that, you know, I can, the best that I can, as I am, when I can, you know, whatever. But each of us here all have our uniqueness, that is awesomeness, and needs to be shared. So everyone that comes across me in that kind of degree, I know that you have your own leveling of messaging to deliver, to give, to perform, to gift the world. Damn, Skippy. I'm a very eccentric, interesting being, and I only meet other eccentric, interesting beings. You know what I mean? Yeah, so certain kind of things could be hitting the surface. Right? Right, so we're going to discuss a lot of different dives, because this is a multi-dimensional high. This is like, I'm going to show you my solar moon. The other day it was made in the 80s. Today it's my Sailor Moon. So yeah, Welcome. So yeah, we're gonna discuss this full moon energy in Pisces, right? So if you have Pisces anywhere in your chart, I feel you. I got a Pisces moon, right, up in here, but it's everything how you feel, everything's so intensified for real. Any kind of the moon too, depending on where you are and all that kind of stuff, should be really beautiful and peaking. Like the whole buildup of this whole entire moon, if you watched it in the sky, progress, do its process. It's all due process, all its different stages and stuff like that. It has been really, 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 really pretty, right? Really pretty, nice color, nice and potent, nice and big. It's like, oh, I see you, right? Or whatever. So full moon. Full moon in our fields. Things in our fields. And really, this is an awesome time. This is going to be, no matter what, like it's going down astrologically, astronomically, or, whatever the case may be. Like this is all about energy. So you're going to find yourself resonating or connecting that which where you are somewhere. Even if this flies over your head, the alchemy of that which is created here is just ripple effects, right? So it's mana instead. So eat the fucking mana anyways, right? But either way, so this is a wonderful harvesting time, right? To get into your truth, to get into really your truth. Like this is like mating call season too. Like you'll hear one of my cats singing in the background at this time. But like watch the behavior of animals. It's intensified, right? Because it's intense. Like it's like holler, holler, holler. I need it, I want it, I get it. I want it, I get it, I need it, I want it, whatever the case may be, right? Right? Because and it's making its demand, its command known. The animal makes no apology for its call. It wants what it wants, and it's gonna sing its song. And you gotta just tolerate it, like as a human and having a pet, right? That is in its mating call season too, like when it's in heat, right? Mush. That's why she's so mushed, this buildup, right? It's like, give it to me, I need something, right? Looking for a mate, right? Out there in the world, right? Looking for a mate out there in the world. And not falling asleep on that dream and that fantasy too, because so if you don't so new moon, for every new moon, which was in Virgo, we just had, right? For every new moon, we're gonna be met with a full moon. And how you know what sign the full moon is going to be in is whatever the new moon sign is, it's going to be its polar opposite. So we're in new moon Virgo, right? So the full moon will be its polar opposite sign in Pisces, right? So, right, the beauty of these oppositions and the door that any kind of opposite invokes or creates is the ability for further expansion in something unknown, right? If you can merge and bridge, right, worlds that are completely different than that which the one is in a harmonious structure, ideally, right? Mercury goes retro now, right? Asking us to work on the delivery of our communication, right? And in this Virgo new moon territory season too, we have this attention to detail, focus on the grounding aspect of logic with information, right? So granted, Pisces might be in that Neptunian water, dreaming, swimming. Like, ooh, yeah. Oh, the butterfly. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm a scientist. I forgot. Oh, what were we talking about again? Right? That air in the airy dreamy though. It's like airy and dreamy. It's like because you gotta remember, like if we're just talking astrologically, Piscean energy, Pisces carries with it a piece of every single energy, astrological sign that has came before it, a piece of that. And dependent on the evolution of the whatever the individual is or the energy is and all this is going to be different variables. There's so many variables to all of this, right? Sorry, it's like it's weird, but anyways, so you have this opportune time, this new moon, full moon, cultivation, column, oh, it's like itching. Cultivation, culmination. I don't know. Just harvesting with two mutable energies too, right? So with mutable, like you have this opportunity for like what I'm looking for. I see enchantress. You have this opportunity with mutability for adaptability, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like I'm moving, itching, I'm moving, okay, right? And this opportunity just for like an ability to adapt to the versatility of that which is all of life. So a mutable sign or a mutable energy might adapt to change much better than a fixed signs energy or something like that who struggles or has challenges with change and new things when they're accustomed to a certain kind of thing. So either way, right, so you have these mutable energies but totally different operating elements on a superficial level. You know what I'm saying? Although Piscean can be multidimensional and all this kind of stuff, we're all multidimensional, and each one has an evolution in itself, of an evolution of itself. So we're not going there, and we're not going to compare and contrast and apples to oranges and all this kind of shit, like whatever. But you have this workable energy, although opposing could be the position, right? Because it's just opposite each other on the astrological wheel, right? It's showing each other opposite, right? So while one is grounded here on Earth, 3D, tangible energy, right? With a responsibility and accountability, a discipline, a focus to detail, to structure, right? Promoting like efficiency, right? Promoting productivity, right? And focusing on less like gritty and picking apart, but embracing what is possible, right? It's like getting like Piscean could get so lost in all the possibilities, the infinite possibilities, because Pisces could see all infinite possibilities. And if a Piscean is not grounded in their waters, right? All these possibilities can have them like, ooh, I don't know, and it's overwhelmed with that which to focus on, select, and choose and start with, because you can see all possibilities with infinite possibilities of infinite possibilities of infinite possibilities. And then, you know, the deeper level of evolution you're on and journey you're on and tapped in, turned on, tuned in you on, and how tapped in, turned on, tuned in you really want to be to balance a Piscean strong fucking energy. It's a lot of work. It requires a disciplining force. And this is interesting, right? Because in my astrological and Western astrology, right, my moon is Pisces, my rising is Virgo. And I used to say this, be like, before even just like grasping the concept, I used to be like, it's so hard for me to choose because there's so much. But then when it came down where I had to, even though my process might be longer than the average human because I'm overly like thinking every motherfudging scenario because I can see a million and fucking one, infinite millions in one possible things, getting to the nitty gritty of it, that Virgo and like aspect of getting shit done. You know what I mean? Multitask, multi-dimension, right? Like, so having these polarities have to work together, like finding the harmony, the unifying quality, because each one does enjoy being of service in some kind of way, right? But Virgo is a lot more realistic and rooted in it's an earth sign, period, right? So embracing what is possible and wanting to get the shit done, right? In great detail or effort, you know, wants to be received well, look good aesthetically too, right? So but too, the anxiety too, like, you know, every sign and again, all these kind of things could affect, and depending on where you are in your evolution of healing and consciousness and discipline and lifestyle and just so many freaking factors that can play in, um, it could still be anxiety feeling when new wants to present itself and the unknown comes up, because we don't know what that new is fully going to look like because it's unknown territory, where then we could feel uneasy too during fresh starts, even though we're in a transitionary period too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so anyways, so but with Virgo and Pisces and bridging together and working together, right? The symbolism of that. What? The symbolism of that for these new beginnings is like opening a door to our own spiritual awareness as well, right? And so in this awareness, triggers, obviously, if there's triggers and healing to still be done or not, like whatever the case may be, like you're going to be receiving that which where you are, whether, you know, try not to perceive that which comes up as good or bad, right? It could be an opportunistic time, like where you're like, wow, okay, I'm getting my stuff into a line and like this is harvesting time. I see what I have to do and I'm making the necessary changes and taking the steps, right? And I'm gestating something, right? This is mating season, right? Or I'm believing in something more. I'm doing something more, I'm shifting something more, right? So if you're like a control freak, right? This kind of energy might make you erratic or like about to flip out. Right? Because like what is going on here? Unpredictableness. No, me not like this. Like, shit. Right? So it could be a tough time, like, you know, challenge, unsettling, right? Insecure, right? Because a lot of the times we're not conditioned to feel true faithfulness or positivity in hoping for the best result. Like people be like, oh, you know, always plan for the worst or something like that. Like, you get what I mean? Like, you know, just in case, or have a backup plan just in case, like, you know, this kind of stuff. And so the uneasiness, the insecurity of the unknown factor of how is this all going to turn out, you know, could create a nuance in the mental sphere. So knowing this, right? Because we're in our consciousness, and this is just for intellectualism. This got nothing to do with spirituality. If you know that this time currently, the energies will support erratic behavior a lot because of the tendency to be so overly critical, overly thoughtful, overly empath I'm like tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the feeling, sensation, vibration, energy, like all of frequency, all of it, right? Then it would be wise to get down to the nitty gritty and only work through that which is a solution for you, right? So don't get so focused and caught up about the like end result, and just, be in your now, stay and enjoy the journey. Like, don't get so caught up in the destination. Be more solution oriented in your present while being present in your now, right? Because you're you're surrendering and willing to go with the flow. Because if I don't, this feels like a spiritual hammer to my own head, right? And so, and since I also know that Mercury retro is kicking off for the final last time for this year season, right? And all this Neptunian, because Neptune is retrograde too. So Neptune, right, is all about saying goodbye to boundaries and all this kind of stuff, and helping you to see clear past the dreams, illusions, distorted illusions, and all this kind of stuff too. So you got this retrograding period too, and that's Piscean energy, water too, as well, right? So you got all these energies, right? So it would be wise. It would be wisest, right? To just allow yourself to surrender, go with the flow, to keep up with the energy, and not be so hasty in that what you do, decide, or, and just allow yourself to understand that the outcome is unpredictable at this time, but your current setting is so good, you can trust it. And you're teaching yourself this because you're creating this. You understand that all of life happens simultaneously all at once, and there's good, there's bad, there's ugly, there's beautiful. But you're with the alignment of the healthy, wealthy, stealthy, and that's all you focus upon. And you know that you're operating in healthy, wealthy, stealthy. So that is all that you can possibly ever create with all that already exists, and that's going to be regardless of however it is that I see. I have no control over these kind of things, these kind of settings, right? So I'm just, kicking off and really getting better and finer in tune with that, which how I feel. Because the energies are helpful, right? Because the Pisces moon too calls on you to speak, right, your dreams into reality, but with Virgo clarity and focus, laser sharp focus. So it's an excellent time to emotionally release, especially that which does not serve. Like if you got to hang up about something, you could tell if something could shift your mood just by its thought, its presence, and shit like that. Yo, work through that. It's not like get off like, oh, high and mighty, oh, you don't know, and this and that. Yeah, 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 but that don't serve your greatest good, nor the greatest good of those that you claim to love. So in knowing that, let me stop my shit and how can I shift my perspective about this since the reality doesn't want to fucking change to a one that is more agreeable for me. Oh, how I would fully like it to be. But how can I make it to be, right? Because this is a time too, like where, Piscean, like too, like in astrology and stuff like that, why they'll say Pisceans are they can easily suffer from addictions or things like that because they feel things so deeply and, blah, 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 and they're so tapped in, turned on, tuned in, and if they have a horrible experience or things like that, it could be hard to get them out of that horrible experience and all this kind of stuff. So what's wonderful about this time, emotionally speaking, right, because we want emotional maturity, we want emotional evolution. Like you can't stay stuck, hung up on your grievances, expecting the whole motherfucking world to make it up to you, right? Or they owe you something. Nobody owes you shit, right? So this opportunity, right, to where we feel the pressure, right, the pressure to perform or the pressure to meet some kind of unrealistic standard of like perfectionism or some kind of look that we have ourselves convinced that it should look like, you know what I'm saying? So this is an excellent opportunity to let that shit go too, right? And just focus that which upon you do and can do and want to do, right? So be easier, be kinder, be gentler, be sweeter to yourself, right? So especially now that Virgo's full swing, because it's like ruler two of like that mercurial two energy, right? Of body sensation. If you got Virgo anywhere in your motherfucking chart, you are highly body sensitive, meaning you feel the uncomfortabilities in your bodies down to your freaking, like your cellular activity. You could even get sick off of shit. I got a headache, I gotta go, like type of stuff. Your hairs will be standing on the fucking backs of your fucking body. Be like, I thought I waxed. Where your hairs would be standing. It's like that inner body, like sensei, like pick up on uncomfortable shit. Might have some gastro too, kind of like, like ulcer kind of like stuff. If things don't get checked out, like, or whatever, like, or certain kind of like migraines or like even addictions to cope, to deal, avoiding conversations, confrontation too, for real, because of how that makes you feel. Crazy, right? So we're operating healthy, wealthy, stealthy. I'm just, pointing out that whatever. So it's a heightened time of, you got two operating astrological universal energies and are influencing the fields, right? That are highly in tune. Highly in tune, right? So with the Neptune, right, being conjunct, right? The world. What does this world card say? Alice's adventures in Wonderland begin and end near a rabbit hole at the base of a tree on a beautiful day. The world represents the satisfying completion of a long journey. You've come to an end of an important life-changing expedition. Whether this refers to actual travel or a more personal internal journey, you've been met with confounding challenges and joyous breakthroughs and have learned many lessons along the way. You've reached your destination as a wiser, more accomplished person. Enjoy your success, right? So that's good too, right? But right, and then that as well. But what was I saying? Right, so it's like right now Neptune is another holy factor here, right? Joined together, right? It's conjunct, so it's close in the sky, right? So Neptune being retrograde until December 3rd, right? Sorry. Right? Neptune being retrograde wants us to focus ideally on our spirituality, our aesthetics, right? Our creativity, right? And how all these worlds merge, right? Calling attention to our cognitive dissonance, right? The ways that we might be fooling ourselves, like living in denial, like, swimming in a sea of denial, or lying to yourself or others and stuff like that, right? So and so what it wants to create is this other bridge, right? This bridging, right, of the things between who you say you are, what you want to be, right, and how your actions or your inactions, right, are aligned with those visions. Like, what are you really, really doing, right? So you have that already being played out, right? It's because you have that being played out. And so so now you have the bridging with the Piscean and the Virgo energy too, right? Bridging this this clarity that's needed, especially in emotional maturity, right? Like, so many people want certain kind of things, but like they don't really get into the truth about their feelings. Like, feelings could be uncomfortable, and it's like somebody not embarking on a relationship because of their previous like conditioning, distorted view about what relationships do and how that would be, and their just refusal to then have to emotionally mature in the sense that they have to admit that they're like in love or how they feel. And that aspect of maturity, because that involves a leveling of maturity, like um of evolution in you, to just fuck it, like say the truth, how you feel, express yourself, that what should be, no matter how you fear of whatever you think you're gonna not receive or receive and stuff like that, right? So that goes with the video that I did, you should watch, about why are affirmations, do affirmations work for you, and do you really believe in affirmations and prayer and all this kind of stuff? And if you do, then how come then you have slight discord or disconnection, that which you say you believe, and do you really believe, getting into the alignment of your affirmations, like do they really work for you? So that video where I am recording says why, if you have any kind of struggle or challenge, and really, like, let's be real, like be honest with yourself, like, do your affirmations work for you? Are they creators of your manifest? Sometimes 50-50, and how come the other times no? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that video is, it tells you why. It tells you why. You gotta watch it. Like, you want it, you gotta eat the fucking mana. You know what I mean? So either way, but like getting into that concept of brain, right? So when something comes from an energy space, an energy place, right, of alignment, right? That means that it's even too rooted in the subconscious layers of you, in your feelings and wishes, and also identification and understanding, understanding, and all those other kind of like layers and components, right? If you're there, then all will flow naturally, right? And divine right timing. And that is already like just a given, right? It's a given. It's a given. I don't know. Okay, and then this came out next to the worlds, right? So you got the worlds, and then you have 6 of flowers. 6 of flowers. You see it? I see. Right. So this is a victorious card. This is your time to shine. Right? Others have noticed your success, and you're finally getting the recognition you deserve. Soak up the praise and be proud of what you've achieved, right? And for some too, because I even hear, because I say like there's a mixed crowd, you're like, what do you mean? Like, no, right? That's part of the healing, right? That you're gonna have to do, because I get a mixed crowd here too. I'm getting those that are doing that which they must and do. And granted, this is a different time for you. This is a time for you to bask in the success, the achievements that which you are, and understand that the surrounding energies may not match your energy frequency vibration. So you are not to lower that energy frequency vibration, because you're not in the same substation as other parties who might be surrounding you, right? Like the world, right? Outside of you, externally, right? Who might be like going through certain Mercury retrograde negativity mindsets and lessons and stuff like that. Not everybody's going through those harsh lessons anymore, right? But the ones that get shouted out at the rooftops are the harsher energies, right? So what about the ones that are not so harsh, and that, you know, you're granted, it's always an evolutionary experience, and it's always an analysis and stuff like that of this kind of time. But the analysis on a general, from a general perspective, applied that which it fits for you, you know what I mean? Because we got this Virgo and Pisces axis, right? So Virgo invites analysis, right? And preoccupation with the mind, right? And so that's great. And Pisces, right, invites softer reflection, right? Creative stimulation, visualization, right? And mindful meditations and stuff like that. So the key is to bridge, right, these oppositions together, right? Right? By speaking one's dreams into existence too, right? So it's to return to oneself, right? With Pisces removing further the veils that it's like lifting the veils from that which were blind spots or unable to see. And also you got this Neptunian retrograding and this Mercurial retrograding energy, right? So allowing for deeper reflection and insight to lift and uplift that which, you know, is happening for you and is going to be varied and different for each and every one of you. So give me 1 second, please. Right. So I just feel, right. So this is an extremely potent time, right, in the emotional realms. And so, of course, with everything that exists its polarity. So the only time conflict ever exists is when there is disharmony with whatever is opposing or squaring or, triggering something and stuff like that. So we have this wonderful opportunity to really have illuminated with wisdom, right? Solutions to our current positions now, right? So it requires effort from you and true action. That's where that Neptunian retrograde, like we're gonna light a fire to the distorted illusion that is giving you all this mental pollution that got you living in a motherfucking fabrication of an illusion and child. Do you really gotta make things much more difficult for you, or can we work together here, right? So it's like, okay, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to do stupid things. I just want to be real, like, and harmonize in that peace, like, you know what I mean? So you have all this wonderful opportunity to really emotionally grow at this time. And it requires you to really keep it real, like, you know what I mean? So I was gonna say something. Oh, right. So I figured out that whole, like, if you watched the last video when I mentioned something about Cara Delevingne, so I really had thought about it, right? And I was like, what was it about? And honestly, even in the dream when I had seen, it was just her image. But now I think because now I see her all over, like, I guess because I said it out loud and, my smartphones and technology now show me all the information that's out there. Like, the she's in the news media's current radar. So it makes me think that maybe I passed it without grasping it and somewhere in my subconscious, like, maybe I saw an article or like something, her name somewhere to create like because I didn't have a dream, I had just an image. I was like, oh, and like I know who the person is, like, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know who the person is. Like, to be able to say I knew the name, I didn't have to be like, who is that? Let me look it up. Like, I knew who it was, but nothing occurred. So now it makes me think that maybe I came across something that just made it come up from, like, whatever. I don't, so whatever. But either way, it looks like a very hot mess situation that I don't even think I want to dive into because that's kind of like what we're talking about here too. Like, you have a choice. Like, there's always going to be things like I have been this whole entire week and last week. Time is so fluid for me. I don't know how many days passed since I say it, but I did mention it in another like YouTube video that I had created some time ago that I've been crying because of my dog, like, and releasing, right? So like this is just as an example, like it's not to whatever. It's just for an exampling, but like these emotional releases are healthy releases. I understand why I'm crying and releasing. So it's like, let's understand our cries. Like, what are we saying when we're crying? And what are we directing it towards? And whom are we blaming? And what is the cry really all about? What is the frustration? It doesn't have to be a cry, it could be the frustration. What is the anger all about? Now, speak the anger in healthy words. Speak the upset in healthy words. Write it down, read it back to yourself. What are you saying? And what are you asking for? And how can you provide that? And how is this provided? That maybe you can see it from another light, a perspective, right? Especially in regards to love. Especially if you are not feeling satisfied um or something's missing in your partnership or whatever, or you feel like you're single and never gonna find someone to settle down with, or you want that. Do you want that? Or maybe you're in a pairing and you're like, is this what I want? Like, everybody's gonna be different. I'm gonna do a video about spiritually evolved like folks and dating, like how it's not like popular, or like even is it even possible? Like I want to explore that because there's a lot of lostness out there, just looking for connection or greedily just seeking pleasure anywhere and everywhere one can receive it greedily. I hope she gets the help that she needs. Yeah, so you have a choice of what you want to focus upon, that which is going to be what you want it to be, right? So you got this queen of hedgehogs nesting on some eggs, and then you got this two of hedgehogs, right? So it's like, all right, okay, queen of hedgehogs, I see you. The queen of hedgehogs, she's nurturing, right? And she's a practical figure who lives a fulfilling life of abundance. Like the mother bird, she's a maternal, protective person, and she takes pride in maintaining a comfortable home. The Queen of Hedgehogs advises you to stay resourceful, nurturing, and kind, right? Like the Two of Hedgehogs coming up here, right? You may be struggling to balance your attention between work and home, right? Re-examine your responsibilities and priorities to make sure the things and people who are most important to you are getting the attention they deserve. I like that. You know what I mean? Like the other day, I giggled to myself, and I was like, well, now in life, where am I most tense? Like, where is it so tense for me? And I chuckled. I chuckled. I was like, which is true. It's when like I'm driving and by myself, especially, it doesn't matter with GPS. I have a GPS back here. It doesn't matter. But when you're reaching certain forks in the roads, like the anxiety of the decision of the what am I gonna do? And it just looks sometimes a little bit confusing too. And then I'm like so tense over the wheel and like tension for real, right? So um so we gotta take what's most tense and bring light and awareness to it so that we can be kind to it, nurture the challenge. It's 10 of cups, 10 of teacups, 10 of teacups in the world. And then 9 of flowers, the fool. Right? So 10 of teacups. Hooray! The 10 of teacups represents stability, comfort, and happiness within your family, friendships, and other close relationships. Enjoy the company of those closest to you because those supportive connections are the most rewarding and personally fulfilling. Okay. So if that doesn't apply, right? Right. So maybe I'm going to read the reversal, right? Because I said I have a flip side here, right? Could indicate that personal connections in your life are struggling, right? You're no longer seeing eye to eye with certain family or friends. And the status of your relationships with them is up in the air. There's some of you on here. There's someone you want to cut cords or ties with, because you're seeing their true colors. Good for you. Good for you. I'm gonna mail you scissors. Okay, so reflect on whether or not the relationships are salvageable. Do you want to work to maintain these bonds or have they run their course? Let's keep it real. Right? I'm gonna kick your chicken. You just knock this stuff down. Keep smurfing, but we're gonna keep smurfing. We're gonna keep smurfing. Okay, it's a 9 of flowers. Completions. It's always about completions. Right? So 9 of flowers encourages you, advises you to have courage while defending your ideas, your beliefs, your positions, your right to choose for yourself that which you want, whom you want, how you want to do something. It's okay to connect with people, person, places, and then be the nomad, gypsy, and still go. You don't need to feel bad about that. Okay? You might be feeling like you're alone. but that doesn't mean that you should back down. Rely on your vision and passion to overcome current challenges. Okay, but if you feel like you are facing a barrage of obstacles and the opposition is finally starting to, if you feel as though you're facing a barrage of obstacles and this opposition is finally starting to slow you down, your me against the world attitude might be hindering you rather than helping you now. Oh. Listen to others' advice and accept help when you need it. Okay? Ooh. I really didn't want to hear that shit. Snake, stop it. Everything. Oh, okay. Okay, hardhead. I got a hardhead, so seriously. But yeah, so yeah, so hold on, man. Okay, so maybe some time has passed, but I'm back. So in the time that was passed, I wrote something down of that. So of what the continuation of this video is going to highlight or be about in regards to this full moon bloom energy. So what for you who's here right now is being revealed this Pisces full moon? What is super quantum, unique, magical, intense, needing more of your own personal discovery, recovery, understanding, overstanding, gifts, talents, skills, strengths, discoveries, powers. What is being revealed here for you? That which is receiving this articulation to what can you expect more of to build and grow dependent, because this is a mixed crowd, on what inaction you take, right? So yeah, so that is the highlight, right? We're going to focus on your intuition, right? So what is being revealed, your intuition, right? So like even going back to what I was saying about the Cara Delevingne, right? That's monkey brain, high matrix shit, right? One can easily say, oh, I had a dream with her. That's the, hold on, let me say hi. Okay, I believe she calmed down for now. But they fly in pairs because that's the cardinal. So, but that one happens to be the girl, and so how you could tell them apart, the cardinals is the girl is lighter, like so she's like kind of like two-tone kind of, and the boy he's all red. So like that's how you can tell between the boy and the girl. So like this particular one, I've seen her before. She comes around a lot with the pair. So but he usually hollers for me at the other window over there. Um but she's like she looks pink almost, but she has like oh, hold on, baby. Hold on. She has like a lighter red tone kind of head and a whitish kind of body. I don't know. Like, anyways, maybe I'm describing her wrong now. But that's how you could tell them apart. The boy cardinal is always all red. So if you see an all red cardinal, that's a boy. Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, so you have strong intuition. You, right? And so, right, so you could tap in, turn on, tune in. So you see how, like what I was saying about the Cara Delevingne, right? So I have strong intuition, and so I must have like come across something that picked up the the worldly shit, right, without my realizing, right? And then here I am having an imagery of this chick all of a sudden, right? Irrelevant to that which has anything to do with me, right? You know what I mean? Unless, you know, spirit's trying to push me to do readings like that on here. But like, I don't know, maybe I need to look into that because I have strong, I guess, reservation about stuff like that or whatever. I look at it judgmentally, I guess, you know, I'm being real right now that I'm thinking about it at best. So, but either way, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just keeping it real, like, semi-typical kind of thing. But anyways, um, but you have strong intuition, right? So with innate sense of events, right? Thoughts or feelings of others, especially people that are in your vicinity. Like you can't help but feel clear. That's why people that are not in that evolution of wanting to be seen so clear will avoid you. They don't want to be around you. And this may come to you in different shapes and forms that you may not even realize there's that. Like some people might completely like shun you and you'd be like, what's their problem? Like, well, I didn't do anything to them. And it's simply because they know that you can see them and they don't want you that close. They knew that if they let you that close, you would be able to see them. You pay attention. Not so much that you're paying attention to everybody and everything just because you can tap in, turn on, tune in. Nah, what the fuck? Just because I can tap in, turn on, I got enough of my own shit to filter through, see through, go through. You think I want to get through yours? No, that's why you pay me for that now, right? Like that's why you do the stuff that you do, right? So it's a holding a value to your intuition too, and your on pointness, right? So your intuition often manifests into like gut kind of feelings that serves as an internal guide. So this full moon in, right, hold on. Right. So yeah, so you trust your intuition, right? It serves as your internal guide. Then we got here performer, especially if you come on here. Eccentric as can be, right? You are such a performer, whether you consider yourself an artist in that kind of degree, whether you even think yourself capable. I am sure that the people in your life believe you to be so dramatic, so filled with so much flair and eccentricities or like colorfulness of how you articulate and speak and do, or you might have a knack for certain kind of things, right? It's because you are a natural performer, right? So that too, this Piscean full moon to emerge in you, this performer, that's you, right? Today, hold on a second. Mercury retrograde. Travels can be hiccups for people at this time. So it is best to just breathe it all in, and this too shall pass. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it's knowledge that allows you to intellectualize your consciousness with wisdom, right? If that makes sense. I don't know. But I show you my Sailor Moon shirt and the hey, give me one. Something I could. I could. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. Welcome. Welcome to my planet. Welcome. Welcome. You, a performer. No Sherlock, right? Especially if you're up in here. Colorful be your way, right? You are meant to be on the spotlight and be successful doing it with a natural ability to draw a crowd and influence others with your charm and talent. Use it wise. Don't be a clown, you know what I'm saying? Like, full of denies and lies and stuff. Like, you got natural charm and wit, right? You're just be yourself, you know what I mean? So tapping into the fire energy of your own elements, you see, right? With a strong connection to fire, you can cause great healing or great destruction. Fire magic suits you best. You're the spark of it all, right? So we're conduits for healing, not healers. Like, for you to carry that weight and say, oh, I am a healer, is to put a huge weight on you, because then when you don't heal something perceived, right, then you feel like a failure, or you feel compelled, or you feel like you should have done more or something like that, and it's like a walk through hell. And you know, right, so we are conduits for healing. And so for you to misconstrue your gifts by attributing it to your ability, divine we are, right? It's just, you know, let us nurture, right, with compassion, each part of ourselves that is sensitive, right? A life-changing gift is the influence of a nurturing woman that provides love, support, protection, and encouragement to teach others to grow and develop, right? Whether you're male or female, right? Because it doesn't matter here. This is not gender specific, okay? You have an energy to you that is a gift to others. But recognizing the gift within yourself first is going to be so detrimental to how the story is told. Storyteller, right? How the story is told. So the creation story of your abilities and your gifts are being infused here or extracted here to further understand, overstand, right? You have the ability to express life through stories and enhance your magic with symbols. Oh. Spirit may also communicate with you through synchronicities, right? So, do you have a notebook where it's just you and this notebook of free thoughts that you want to capture, of insight that comes so randomly to you at any given moment, and later look back at this compilation of random thought and get to know yourself in such quirky kind of intimate ways? What storytelling do you have to display, to articulate? Oh, and you are sultry, sexy, right? So this divine feminine energy in your own sexuality. So it's not to insult or emasculate any kind of masculine or male energy that hears this message. For you are masculine in your empowerment, in your right, in your power. No, this is not about that. But the sultry is a feminine energy. So if you are masculine energy here, you are highly tapped in, turned on, tuned in to your sexual nature, where you are a beast in the sheets, where you know how to lick and flick and touch and suck and please. And you know what it feels like to be just as much pleasured and pleased, right? With reciprocity. So please understand that this has nothing to do with gender. I'm speaking to you whom here connects in that kind of way. You have many, then I look down, it's past lives. You have much evolution in you to get you in this evolution of seduction, of like your serene presence makes you otherworldly, with the ability to feel your physical sensations as they are very heightened, right? Trapping those around you in your rapture. So you have, when you do have sexual relations and intimacies with others who are fortunate to receive the pleasure of your romance. Oh, I need to write that down. The pleasure of your romance. So, what is being revealed is the pleasure. Do you even fucking let that compute how metabolically quantum that is? The pleasure of your romance has to be met, especially if you want to make manifest that which is the fantasy, that which you wish to create, the romance, right? Whatever that is for you, right? The pleasure of your romance, right? So you're regal, you are seductive, right? You are just a bit dangerous, right? With that Cleopatra energy, like I said, has nothing to do with gender, but so strong because you're strong in the seduction. So even if you're a masculine here, a male here, right? You are, especially when you're turned on. So granted, so let's say you could be single, you cannot be partnered in the way that you would ideally wish to be partnered, but that doesn't take away from your sexuality. That doesn't take away from the type of partner that you are. That's like, I can speak from my experience, right? I live like that celibate kind of lifestyle, and so it goes years in between before I'm intimate with another in some kind of way. So like I said, I'm going on, I think, I don't know, like 5-6 years celibate, right? So I can speak from that. So this here in the sultry, seductive kind of divine feminine energy of articulation, I can relate in this sense because although, let's say, intimate, right, technically on the 3D plane I have not been, doesn't mean that I'm not seductive or tapped in, turned on, tuned into my energies and energies of this energy of sexuality that I am turn me on and let's come undone, right? In the sense of connection, when you intimately connect with someone, right? I might be reserved in my ways and rather wait it out, or it's not pleasure, but I don't want no pain. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's for a game, just it doesn't take away from your like, so granted, let's say you haven't been able to give that which is your best to someone, deserving and who matches the energy, frequency, vibration, obviously, that you would need to even go that route or commitment, right? Like discernment is your equipment, right? So you, it's not like you make hasty decisions, like you're pretty reserved in this department. So, but when the time does come and you connect and hormones and intimacies and freedom to express comes up, both partners are met with a animalistic, highly seductive, I want to please, oh, we please each other kind of atmosphere of that's one for the diaries. Memorable. Wow, that was great. Thank you for this ultimate quantum experience where there's a newfound leveling of just respect for one another, especially in the pleasure department. Mystical, right? Something very mystical about you, which gives people the impression that you are very much in your power, and you are, right? Moon goddess. Right, again, don't get lost in the gender kind of things. I go deep as the sea and I'm a feminine energy. So even if you're a masculine energy and you find yourself drawn here, it's because you're deep as the sea, and many of your masculine counterparts and energies don't meet you in this level of deep. And so, of course, you're going to find a feminine energy that can speak in a language too that you understand, and that's just period. So you know what I'm saying? So welcome, like, you know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is. You're in sync with the moon cycles, you're in sync with promoting balance and this feminine energy too here on earth. It has nothing to do, it's just balance, right? It's about balance, not male female. It has nothing to fucking do with that. It's just about creating harmony, right? Helping others begin their healing or get that leveling of evolution too, the shadow aspects of themselves and healing that too, right? Whatever. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So telepathy. Your gift of telepathy is strong with the ability to read minds. That can come up as chaos too if you're not careful with the kind of information that you retain and how you retain it. Okay, so yeah, your gift of telepathy is strong with the ability to read minds, project thoughts into the minds of others, and understand your own body and mind as well as others simultaneously, consciously aware, right? The ability to entertain a thought and multitude of thoughts multidimensionally too, without needing the or seeking the approval of needing to take a position that which is a stance, when all you do is just see, right? So dimension travel, here we go. I like this. You're able to open gateways to realms outside of the dimension with your energy of alchemy, of understanding, creating the intellectualism and the energy needed to build the traction needed in order to get that gateway open, recognized. You're able to open gateways to realms outside of this dimension. It can be discovered naturally or opened through the performance of rituals. Decide on your realm, right? Diviner, right? You have a natural talent for divination, revealing what is hidden, or hear answers that may come in many different forms to help point you in the right path. Beautiful, right? So you are bold about your joys in life, making you more vivid and alive to those around you, teaching them to take more risk in life, right? To just be themselves. Your femininity, right? You're a mix of girlish charm and mature sensuality. Yes, you can draw them in without them even knowing. A subtle luring effect, right? Out of reach. Your looks often trigger people's insecurities. Okay. Whatever, making them feel like you're out of their league, which helps you weed out people that don't vibrate the same as you, right? Because you need people that have to have some leveling of security within them, right? Empath too. Okay, so empath. Okay, you have empathic abilities, being able to feel another person's emotions as well as their thoughts and energy, having no control over awareness over this exchange. That's not true. Having no control or awareness over this exchange, having no control over the awareness of this exchange. But you have every bit of control over the awareness that is being entertained, right? Venetian quality too. You are deeply connected to Venus, a fountain of love, affection, and robust sensuality. This is being highlighted in this one, this Piscean full moon, right? Bringing otherworldly pleasures, right? In relationships. Okay. You have a talent for mentoring or counseling relationships, having the ability to guide others to their path to love because of your own experiences in love. Right? So, how much are you stopping yourself from expressing or sharing? That is part of your path, your journey. That your wisdom is needed in the articulation because you're the illuminator of that season. You're the unique energy to be able to radiate. You radiate energy that lights up any room with great power to heal those around you and crack their hearts wide open. This gift can make people run from your light too. You know what I mean? But the fight, right? You know what that is. You have the power to make the opposite sex to fight for you, provoking jealousy in those that fall under your spell. So you might have some, jealous lovers that want to kind of, you know, don't allow for toxic energy and behavior habit that's becomes unhealthy. Also seeing too, and it's popping up, and I have to say, so whatever. I know what the messages were, but you might have someone that um is like secretly fighting with you or something like that, or energetically like a diviner, like diviner, like somebody that does this kind of shit or whatever, or tries to tap in, turn on, tune into your energy frequency and vibration. But you have to understand, when you are a certain energy frequency vibration, that which is not a match for someone that is not on the fucking energy frequency vibration, they can't, it's just whatever. Anyways, the distorted mess that they receive when they think they're doing some kind of divining, it's just a fucked up, distorted illusion for them, you see. That got nothing to do with you and accuracy and anything, you know what I mean? So, like, you don't need to get in your awareness and your consciousness and your knowledge and your ability to be able to just like intuitively pick up on that which they fucking do anyways, like, you know what I mean? It could bring out that fight in you, like, you know what I mean, about the type of things that people, or the lengths people will go and the things that they would do to just like try to be intimidating too, or team up to, like, just think about it, the more that people gotta fucking team up and shit like that to anyways, like, it's just that much of a how much like I wouldn't be so concerned with what they see or what they do. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way that they can bring you into the field that which they are in. So just trust your intuition to know that you're right about whatever. And so yeah. Moving forward, right? Sexual healer. So right here we are, right? Tapping in, turning on, tuning in. Where did I write down? Right. So what is being revealed is Pisces full moon, right? What is super quantum, unique, magical, intense, needing more of your own personal discovery, recovery, understanding, overstanding, right? Of your own personal gifts and talents, skills, strengths, discoveries, powers, and what you can expect more of to receive, and all this kind of stuff that you're building and growing, dependent though on the action or inaction that you take. So, you know what I mean? To what are you doing to create, right? So, this sexual healing, you have the capacity to become a sexual healer with the skills of to change sexual trauma, wounding, limitation that goes on in people's bodies and in their world, right? So further exploring on your gifts, talents, skills, strengths, discoveries of your powers and where you are. Some of you for music too, right? Writing, singing, performing, right? Music has the ability to transport you to different realms by activating and igniting your body, making your magic rituals and healing even more potent, right? So tapping in, turning on, tuning in, and connecting more with that which you connect with, right? For your gifts, talents, and skills, all that which is yours, right? Because you're a descendant, you come from a long line of healers, herbalists, right? And wise folk, and just your evolution of wherever you are on your evolution, right? Your ancient knowing, their ancient knowing resonates today deep in your soul, mind, body, heart, and soul, right? You will know yourself by knowing them and also getting in, going in for your wins, right? And everything that you do, right? But you got some devilish ways too, or things that you entertain in that kind of way. Your devious ways create a touch of danger that is hard to resist. There's a dark side to you that keeps them intrigued because there's a lot of mystery to you, right? You probably got a lot of water energy as well, right? So you're deeply connected to water and the spirits that's well within it, right? So water magic suits you to conjure up love spells, emotional healing, or any other matters of the heart. And so that too, I feel like is strong here too in this whole Pisces full moon energy of emotional healing as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? The seeker, your natural thirst for wisdom and truth elevates your spiritual journey and self-awareness to help those that are also in search of answers on their own path, right? And staying in the alchemy and the alignment of that which you seek and the nobility that comes from that, right? Being a chameleon allows you to be able to mingle with different kinds of people and develop various aspects of yourself. Just be careful not to lose the real you, right? Which is awesome too. Tease, here we go, right? You can suck people in without them even knowing. You showcase your sexuality, but only if you get a chance to play with you, making you a master in teasing, right? Have you ever been called a tease before? This Venusian energy, right? You're deeply connected to Venus, a fountain of love, affection, and robust sensuality, bringing otherworldly pleasures, right? So, interesting. All right, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Here you go. You're an old soul, okay? You have been around many lifetimes and have chosen to be reborn to evolve and carry on your learning journey from where you left it in your previous life, okay? You are a warrior, okay? You have a warrior spirit, not afraid to face conflict and challenges while at the same time remain committed to a path of goodwill and fairness, okay? You are a warrior. You are a wild child, okay? Wild child. The wild, rebellious side of you keeps people on a roller coaster. You're not afraid to break the rules and rebel against authority to achieve your goals. You are the storyteller coming up again, right? So you have the ability to express life through stories and enhance your magic with symbols. Spirit may also communicate with you through synchronicities. Magnetism, yes, you do, right? Magnetism. You have a natural ability to make others come after you, possessing a powerful aura that makes it difficult to stay away. Alchemist in every kind of way, right? So you're a true alchemist with the ability to transmute negativity in darkness, right? And bring it back to light, enabling others to reconstruct their reality and shift their perceptions. Illuminator, that be you, right? You radiate energy that lights up any room with great power to heal those around you and crack their hearts wide open. This gift can make people run from your light as well. That came up around. Unseen, right? Unseen. You have an invisible force to you, an intangible quality impossible to describe. Very, oh, my ears ringing. Very alluring in a non-obvious way, keeping them puzzled and curious to know more. Clairaudience. Oh, here we go. That's funny, right? So you have the gift of receiving intuitive messages from spirit. It may sound as if it's right next to you inside your head or echoing it as if it's from another dimension, right? Clairvoyance, right? That be you. You possess clear vision, perceiving with the mind's eye, right? Perceiving with the mind's eye, inner vision, or extended visual capacity that can include images from the past, present, and future, right? You are the dream girl, dream boy, whatever you are. You have many options in love, and that puts you in a place of power. You're the dream girl, dream guy, the ultimate prize to win, okay? Arouser, because you are an arouser. You provoke sexual arousal like a phantom, dancing with them in a vibrational dance to enchant, tease, entice, and play with their most deepest hidden desires. People are attracted to you in every kind of way, even if it's inappropriate. This could be people that know that their partner is attracted to you or drawn to you, whether you be male or female. Like, you know what I mean? Or you being the attractive person and knowing the double flip side of that freaking coin, knowing that everybody like treats you a certain type of way because of the possible attraction that someone else might have that they like or something like that. And so, you know, you get casted to the fucking side because you're attractive and shit like that. So shaman, right? So here we go. You can tap into a powerful way of guiding your life and the lives of others, often through great struggle that you learn to break free and awaken to the truth to help others. Teacher, here you go. Your words have the power to heal, making you a source of light for the wounded that come to you for your guidance and the wisdom to give them strength and directions through self-love, right? You advocate a healthy lifestyle, taking good care of your body, mind, and spirit, teaching others to give back love back to themselves. I really truly do too. Like, and for those of you connecting with that here, so thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in the description box that I use like a personal freestyle like writing tool too. We'll have links and stuff like that, especially the master one that connects us on every single other platform that is available for you and I to further connect on. So make sure to click that when you see that, and if you don't see that, wait for it to come or come back and see if it comes later, or go to another video where it has all that information, and there you go. And then you can still come back later and read the freestyle free flow writing flow, right? Because writer be my scribe life, right? So rebellion, right? Rebellious be your nature. Your rebellious mind is a force that is able to remove the smoke screens which cloud minds, someone who follows their own path, not that which is popular. Oh, I love that, star seed. Okay. And you are a traveling soul from another planet who incarnated on earth to inspire and heal human beings and to participate in the planet's evolution. That be your path if you so want it to be, right? But nurture, you gotta be nurturer to yourself first. You know what I mean? A life-changing gift is the influence of nurturing women that provides love, support, protection, and encouragement to teach others to grow and develop. Okay. So yeah, awesome. Give me a moment. Okay, some time has passed, but whatever. It's all good, right? So here, but this card did flow out, right? The science, right? So keep an open mind, okay? There's something unfolding for you. Yes, right? Chemist, forensic biochemist, or anything in the field of science, right? Alchemist be you in all the things that you do, right? But that doesn't have to necessarily be you, but that could also be educational for you or something to learn from, or to use as a guide, a form of research in your own align, right? Apply a scientific approach to your business or financial problem. So persistence, right? Persistence. So your persistence will pay off. Don't give up now. Foster the persistent mindset. Stay focused and press on through. Stay focused and press on through, right? What are we speaking of, right? So what can you expect more of to build, to grow, right? What actions that you should be taking, right? So your persistence, right? Like, don't give up too easily when things get too hard to accomplish, right? So partnership, right? What can be expected more of to build and grow? You're manifesting a strong and successful partnership. Consider having a partner who can bring the experience you lack, right? Right. So here we go. And the flip side of that, right? For some of you to consider, some of your relationships may be holding you back from success, right? And that's for like people that, whatever, it's a mixed crowd, but I ain't gonna go into that energy field because no, thank you. But look, entertainer, you're an entertainer, right? Your charm and influence will help you get ahead, right? So, what gifts, talents, skills, strengths, discoveries of your own powers that you can expect more of to build off of and grow? The fact that you are an entertainer, this is natural. This is the seeds that you breathe, that you sow, right? So, your charm and influence will help you get ahead. So, why are you holding yourself back, right? You might be a musician, a showgirl, man, dancer, whatever, host any type of entertainment, it doesn't matter, right? So don't allow your ego to discredit the opinions and ideas of others or your own gifts and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? So business, right? So what can you expect more of or to build and grow your business? Expect to have an amazing boost of your of the business ladder, right? Executive position, CEO, management, or anything in the corporate world or anything that you're working on building towards equity, right? Elevate your awareness and think bigger if you want different results, right? So continue on to that, right? Because you're growing these things, right? So this Piscean, so emotional growth in that, being able to talk about certain things that right, legal, maybe in the legal department too, right? Dealing with legal issues or life lessons, right? Seeking an expert or becoming the expert or being the expert, right? Especially if you're handling the legal matters, right? So yeah, and then for some, right, your karmic debt has to be paid in order to redeem past mistakes or stuff like that. So that goes with the energy of settling. So for anybody that's settling, right, your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path, right? Especially if you're unhappy, like you can pretend as much as you want to pretend, but if you're not happy or not fulfilled or you're with a partner that just completely obliterates your faith and will, like, you know what I mean? Your partners are supposed to help build you. Your most intimate relationships are there to strengthen, right? To encourage, to inspire. Like, that's all it should ever be, right? Allow yourself the time and space to evolve and find your true path. You're in a state of avoidance because the action needed for you is too hard, but you know, maybe you need to take legal action. Like, so for some of you, you might have children, right? But yeah, you want to be on the right path to the rest, right? To the right path. You're on the right path, right? So you're on the right path. Keep moving forward, right? You're not lost. Sometimes the right path is not always the easiest. Choosing the wrong path just to satisfy your ego will never end good, right? Ooh, growth, right? Because growth is happening here, right? What can you expect? This full moon bloom, right? And this Piscean energy. Expect good money flow, a raise, a new job offer, right? It's important to unlearn to grow as rules continue to morph and change, right? So you're delaying your growth, right? If you're delaying your growth, the process of healing is worth doing. So just get into your healing, right? Into your right path, right? Depending on who I'm speaking to here, right? The risks that you take, the gambles that you take, right? Success will find you. Yes, right? With the risks you take, the odds are in your favor. What you can expect more to build off of and grow. It's when you step out into the unknown that you truly start to live, right? If your fears are holding you back from reaching your fullest potential, you need to freaking act now. Activate, right? Action. Take action on your inaction, right? So yeah, the rebel too. Fuck what they think and say, right? Limiting beliefs or limiting your abundance. So don't let it be that way, right? System buster, entrepreneur, or teaching others a better way, right? There's always a better way. There's always a better way. You can find that better way, that solution. Your trailblazers are meant to pave the way for future generations. So where you stuck at? You're also a student of life forever and ever, right? I'm forever a student in life, right? I read books on finance to expand your knowledge. Read books on finance to expand your knowledge, right? In business, right? So going to school to expand a skill set, like that doesn't mean anything, like to go learn something new or read about something more, work with a mentor or somebody, or watch a video that speaks on that. Learn your learning language and how you learn, so that you can find the material that is best suited for your learning style. You know what I'm saying? Learn your learning style so that you can really effectively grow. So you mean like what's my learning style, right? Maybe that's the challenge. Maybe it's like you got so many like talent, skills, and creativities and things, and so many different routes you can take and all this kind of stuff. It's like, where do you start and all this kind of stuff? And whatever, and like so much it's overwhelming that you don't retain anything, like, you know what I mean, and you just be stuck, like, you know what I mean. So learn how you learn best. What's your learning style? Look into that so that you can find the appropriate material that's going to be engaging for you, right? So if you're a visual learner, if you're an auditory learner, if you're like a hands-on learner, you get what I'm saying? So find the student that is you, right? Find the student that is you. Find the student that is you. Your learning style. Your learning style. Learn your learning style, or acknowledge your learning style verbally out loud. Like maybe you need to hear it just so that it can click. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just takes a moment, like, oh shit, aha, I learned best like this. I learned best like this. I learned best like this. Right? Acknowledge your learning style. You know, sometimes it just takes that cognitive recognition for that moment. You're like, oh shit, like I've been doing it like this and I just didn't see, like, and it's okay. That's okay. That's why we're planning. We're doing these kind of things, like, whatever, planning, taking financial inventory, taking inventory, right? And seeing what needs changing and all this kind of stuff, right? So planning, project managing, micro managing our macros, right? Professionally organizing something, or maybe getting help with our own professional organization so that we can be more productive. Like, hey, can you help me budget this? Hey, can you help me be more productive in my schedule, like how I can be more effective with my time, help me with my time management skills, like, and all this kind of stuff, like, whatever. And right, but also what you can expect, right? More to grow up, surprise, some kind of surprise, right? Expect the universe to pleasantly surprise you. Everything will be revealed to you in time. Let the plans unfold, right? And for others too, like anything that you leave unplanned may cost you later. So start getting effective with your plans. This is an excellent energy for you to tap into that, right? The artist in you, and get a little bit more organized with the artist in you too. But there's a surprise coming for you, right? So creative endeavors can help improve your cash flow, right? Photography, design, music, acting, art, anything in the creative field. Get your hobbies showing, glowing, right, out there, like, you know what I mean, producing, active, like, just because that's your expression, that's your song, like, just put yourself out there, right? Seek out things that inspire you and help you to boost your creativity, right? Celebration, what you can expect more of, to build up, to grow, right? Especially if you're taking action on that which you want to receive, right? There will be a celebration in relation to your work. You know what I mean? So especially if you keep on continuously putting your stuff out there and doing that what you do, there will be a celebration in relation to your work. Okay, I hear award ceremony too for whomever's tapping in, or something like some kind of nice, prestigious, like award recognition, nobility, or who are you? Right? And for some of you to rest from work, give yourself the opportunity to rest. Don't be burned out from all the work that you do. Um, more success is guaranteed for you. So, and don't use that as an excuse, like to not have fun. Like you have to always work. Like have some fun, take your time out, breathe, go out to eat, spend time with those that really matter to you. You know what I mean? And make time to enjoy certain things. You know what I mean? But yeah, a gift, like a gift again, a gift like fucking again. Someone will give you a gift, okay? And it's gonna help you in some way. That's nice, right? And also, you have natural talents, gifts, and abilities just waiting to be discovered, uncovered, recovered, and used by you. Use it, use it, use it, right? So don't be sitting on your gifts and talents, right? Believe that you're meant to be great and go fucking be great. You know what I'm saying? Right. So some of you, somebody might be a workaholic here, right? Ignoring certain opportunities for intimacies and emotional realms and like, no, 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 get to that later. When are you gonna fucking get to that? Next lifetime? Meanwhile, you crave it in this lifetime, but you rather tend to the work field. Okay, but meanwhile, you get a hard on for real. Like, I want that for real, but I gotta focus up on this. Why you can't have both of it? Like, when are you ever gonna have the full capacity or reality of this figment of distorted reality in your mind because of your fear-based distortedness that has you focused on that which you want to accomplish, and it's never satisfying enough, is it, right? And has you then, because you're so great and focused on your mission, more opportunities or other kind of things come in and stuff like that that keep you away from the very thing that you avoid anyway. So it just participates with the natural order of things, right? So being unmotivated in that department is like lazy on your behalf. That creates this self-sabotage of you not making moves where you really want to make moves on, but only staying where you feel the confidence of focus. You know what I mean? And that too might be somebody that wants to give. So like you might have a gift for somebody that's like that. You might be having a gift for somebody for the last 2 years and you still haven't given this gift to the person you want to give the gift to, because it'll involve a leveling of emotional maturity from you to have to then further go deeper into the dive where you, because that's unseen territory for you at this time, that you're not even emotionally equipped to travel at this time or feel like that way. So it's like being emotionally immature in that kind of way. It's like being so grown in every kind of way, but lacking in um vulnerability and just being a fool. You know what I mean? Right, a fool that's self-made, granted, right? But you want to get out of your own way, right? So for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, whether the messages applies or in whichever degree or a line that is coming out in these pockets of like informations, right? Either you are self-made or you're on the way of being self-made, or everything about you is self-made. You're not no fabrication manufacturer of any kind of thing in any kind of way, right? So being successful, enriched by your own efforts and that what you do, not like being bought, sold, or like, misused, right? Sometimes you have to be self-obsessed, right? In some kind of way in order to be successful in every kind of way, to tune every motherfucking thing out around you, right? So don't utilize, right, your own strengths and advantages, or discredit how far you've come in this development, right? Because yeah, designer be you. You might be a designer too. You have something to design, create, find a creative strategy to improve your finances too, or that could be the advice too for some of you, right? You got skills, talents, and gifts. How are you utilizing these? And if you don't know how to, then what effort and attempt have you put into discovering how you can, or learning what can be of use or benefit to you if that's what you want to do? You know what I mean? Or just learn to enjoy yourself. And you don't always have to be putting out stuff, something for a significant purpose. What about for pure enjoyment and pleasure? Just because I'm not doing it for anything except because I fucking enjoy coloring. I like coloring. I like dancing. I'm not dancing because I'm recording a video or want likes, or I'm dancing because I love music and I like the song and I feel like dancing right now. Oh, I just did my makeup not because I'm looking for likes or this video or or whatever. No, I didn't even record. I did this because I fucking enjoyed doing this. I'm spending time with myself, right? So um yeah, it's getting into that designer aspect of acceptance speech, of notoriety, of delivery, right, of planning, right, that you're teaching, that is like being transported and breeded on this planet, right? Things will manifest much sooner than you think, okay? Right? So you're the driver of that wheel in every kind of way. And this is an excellent time to travel for you too, for work or to refresh your mind, right? Yeah, in every kind of way. So that's pretty dope for you. Yeah. Trust that the universe has a better plan than you do, right? Good. Protecting the planet, herbalism, or working with nature in some way. Spend time with nature to be healed, soothed, and regrouped, right? So taking a little time out for you and for those of you that are a crafter too, allowing your hobbies to just like it's like if we're going into a weekend and just crafting the whole weekend just because you don't have to document anything, you don't have to share anything. It's just you're painting twigs from outside just because, right? I was thinking about that when I was walking the other day. I'm like, I saw this pretty shaped like twig on the floor, and I was like, I didn't pick it up, but I imagined myself enjoying myself painting it. That's pure like pleasure, right? A talent is just waiting to be expressed with your hands, right? Homemade products, jewelry, or some kind of craft project, whatever it is that you do, just getting lost and starting a small business at home too, if that's what you want to do, right? By creating novelties by hand, but your hands, right? Um, too, and your spirituality, right? So use money magic spells, right, to increase wealth and prosperity, getting into the root of your affirmations, prayers, and things like that. You might be a spiritual advisor, healer, tarot reader, anything in the occult, divination, spirituality, evolution, life coach, light worker, whatever labeling system you want to give it, right? You feel guided to discover your own unique spiritual path and stuff like that in order and then compelled to help others too, right? Like to bring justice into their worlds and stuff like that, right? So it's a certain investment too that you have to be willing to make. Whatever you invest today, it will flourish in the future. So ensure that what you invest matches your investment goals, right? So if there's any investment mistakes being made, this is the time to recover from that, to really get into the details of that and use these planetary aspects of influence to help you better see with clarity that which is misleading or distorted for you. You know what I mean? So that you can get into the alignment of things, right? Maybe certain kind of things even just to on social media, right? So making money with social media could be very lucrative for some of you too, right? You might be an influencer, YouTuber, Instagram, shop, have any type of social media kind of business or fans. Like you have a lot of fans. I feel like you have a lot of fans. That's cute. Right. So there is still room for an increase in your presence that you want. Yeah, there's an increase in a presence that you want, and it's okay to want that. You've earned that. You've gotten up to the point of wherever you are, wherever that is, and stuff like that. So, um, and you've built a certain kind of reputation, right? But there's knowledge that you have, and so there's even more of it to share. Like, and that's dope, right? And some of you might be looking into real estate Anything dealings in real estate will be profitable at this time, right? Build a solid foundation prior to building several stories above it. Okay, caution with some real estate. Hold up. More going on than coming in. Be careful. So right there, because it came out after real estate, I'm gonna go with caution with that. So, and it's Mercury is retrograde too, right? So reevaluate anything right now as you're risking any kind of substantial loss. So be mindful of that. So because real estate came out so random and then caution came out right after, because I'm giving this message, so then just be mindful that if you are making any moves in that kind of department too, reevaluate that which you think you are reviewing too, right? So, and also how you're spending to your money, right? Where if you are triggered by bad money behavior, and just be cautious how you are thrifting or spending frivolously or unwise. You know what I mean? So that's coming up too, and that's something to look at. You know what I mean? Because you're stepping into a role as a leader, so because you're ready. So it's just keeping it real and being responsible and accountable. Your career will improve once you accept and step into your power, period. Point blank, right? So if you're following the crowd and if you're putting yourself out there, then what the fuck do you think you're doing? And that's just following, right? You know what I mean? So, but here we go, peacemaker, right? So a win-win approach will bring mutual gains in every kind of way, right? For some of you might be into sports in some kind of way, right? So collaborating or working as a team to boost your finances. So you might be doing some extra work, curricular sports activities in some kind of way. You might be a coach, athlete, trainer, athlete, some kind of way, professional. And there might be pockets of opportunities of making really good money and stuff, like collaborations with other athletes in your field. And so, just make sure to have some fun and build new connections to grow from this. Hold on. I know every time I pause it and I restart it, you're not getting any lapsed time, but like I think I've been recording this for hours and I've just been pausing and doing that which I must and all that kind of stuff and going back and things like that when I want to go back. So yeah, so parenthood. Okay, so there might be some, especially if you've had challenges in pregnancy or yeah, and getting pregnant or parenting or custody or things like that. So healing your inner child will help you at this time too, especially in regards to your parenting skills and development too as well. As a caregiver, as a teacher, also as a for some as a woman, so also providing support, doctor, pediatrician, things like that. Right? But also don't forget to nurture yourself while you work towards all your goals and things like that. Whatever. But yeah. Windfall. Right? Expect a sudden windfall of money or pay raise soon. Okay, spend money wisely. Make sure both your head and your heart are aligned. Expect a sudden windfall of money or pay raise soon, right? As you're dealing with fluctuating goals and or income, right? This is an important time to stay informed on the shifts that are occurring, right? Seeing the world in a black and white which limits what's possible for you, right? So because money is currently in a positive cycle, right? There's nothing to worry about unless there's something to worry about. So spend money wisely, right? Make sure both your head and your heart are aligned. And there's a windfall. Windfall. Full moon. Right? Right. So more going on than coming in, right? Caution. So reevaluate your priorities as you are risking a substantial loss. So that comes up. What's going on inside of you is triggering bad money behavior. So, right, so that's for some here in regards to you stepping into your role as a leader, right? So, with caution. So, as you step into this role as a leader with caution and being a peacemaker, make sure you're not following the crowd in fear of putting yourself out there or settling too on the dominating energy too, or wanting to be accepted by a crew. I don't know. Anyways, here's some inspiration for you. A spark of inspiration will ignite brilliant new ideas, right? Working with animals might be important for many of you here, right? Unleash and build wealth with your spirit animals too. You can make it a business, right? A lucrative business for you, like animal whisperer, right? I don't know, but it's time to improve your financial health and habits, okay? This full moon, right, of growth, right, for celebration. There's something to be celebrated. I think he's over there now. Right, so hold on one second. All right, I'm gonna start wrapping this one up. But we're gonna pull some more cards, like rainbow, wish granted, right? Serendipity, blessings at this time. Your patience is paying off, okay? There is abundance here. Tap in, turn on, tune into the abundance that is here, right? Good luck to be patient though, right? Promises, right? Of soulmates, lovers, union too, right? Something to be created. So if there's even complications and challenges in love in some kind of way, right? There's a union, a courtship, a dating, an attraction, a seduction, a long-term prospect, potential display of affection, a deepening and heightening and stuff like that, right? You are charming, you have the it factor, right? Attracting that within a few days, right? Something is coming into fruition, the situation or event in question will develop or unfold within a matter of days, right? So a new endeavor too coming into highlight, right? One direction, right? Might be going and traveling for work too, exploration, right? Traveling for work, finding your way, right, to this unknown destination, right? This autumn as well, right? Right, so this autumn, right? So hold on, what else? What is that? Mental force, right? Spiritual insight, right? Hope, faith, wise judgment, moving forward powerfully, right? In your strength, right? Um, going somewhere, life of the party, motivated, inspired, castle, pride, recognition, some kind of recognition, position, praise for achievements, right? Ego, wealth, right? Ancestry, antiquity, right? History, legacy, right? Some kind of even building of something, a new home, moving, like maybe even building your home from scratch. So because you prestige, right? Timeless, stamina, endurance, right? All the things to expect more of, build, grow, right? So releasing, right? Ready, aim, fire, stamina, endurance, talent, right? Any kind of challenge, slingshotting it out, right? Considering the pros and cons of everything too, right? The butterfly effect, right? Things can be unpredictable, but you are in your power and your stance and you know, right? Labyrinth, right? It's a time to go inward, right? So this is coming out, let me see for this. So there's a connection that's coming up here for some of you that might be strained, or there might be some kind of tension in some kind of way, some kind of pressure, some kind of conversation or next step that needs to be made, right? It could be pulled in opposite directions, two people on two different pages but love each other in some kind of way or whatever. So something that needs to be learned, right? And stuff like that, or something that feels lost in this connection or something like that, right? But there's a problem to solve, something to catch, a situation to sort out, right? Finding fault, right? To shut down, right? To nowhere to run, right? Serving time, right? You need to be more vulnerable at this time. So you might find yourself stuck in a situation that is like a dead end street, or but someone too that could be aggressive with you in some kind of way, right? Something that's going to accelerate. But you have to do the right thing, right? To master the discipline, working smarter, not harder, right? Doing that which is for you, with your commanding presence, and right, overcoming, right? Overcoming the setback. So 555, right? So 579, 597, right? Any kind of setback or disappointment, just a mixed crowd. To don't feel like, oh, everything was going good and now she's giving something on the other side. Don't be triggered by that, right? Don't be triggered by that, because this is other energies that are coming up in here that have regrets, right? Spilled milk, right? Okay, some people could be refusing to face reality about certain kind of things. Let's say there's some kind of provider, caregiver, right? Warning for health, healing. Something is healing that was in poor health, right? Trouble. So it could be like even just a relationship that was in trouble, that or a relationship that needs to be let go in order for something to come through. But either way, there's some kind of whatever conflict that previously existed in regards to like love or something coming into for celebration. Okay, so unconditional love, romance, soulmates, right? So something has to end in order for something new to begin, right? So anything that was of poor health, unpleasant, and stuff like that, it's getting to the bottom of that, and moving forward, right? um Moving forward, patience is going to be needed, right? Patience is going to be needed. Yeah, patience is going to be needed if something is happening. It could be fear too coming to the surface in such a strong way that creates toxic thoughts that need to be extracted from your brain, right? Like person of fire. So you could be lost in your thoughts, right? And not feeling confident about a certain kind of thing. Like, so it could be whatever position you find yourself in. It could be something, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a career, whether it's something that you want to engage in, or it's a goal or something you have in mind. There's baggage, there's unresolved issues that are creating fear and separation, and things in your mind that create tension and strain, and you don't want to build or create in that kind of way, right? Especially when you're the visionary, you're the catalyst for the change, right? You're the energy that needs to be um you know infused, right? But there's just certain things, right, that need to come to conclusion. There's a result here, and there's an achievement to be, right? So some kind of travel, right, you're gonna rise up from, or things working out, right? um and creating some kind of balance. So, right, so there's balance here. Yes, there's balance here because you're getting in the yes card, right? So the answer is yes. The situation or event is right on track at this time, right? For prosperity, jackpot, and success. So where you are in the good fortune aspect of being open to receive, having plenty, right? Sudden wealth, the real deal, right? Like an accomplishment, like some fortune prime source, like something going down that is happening for you. And being open to receive that too without any kind of self-sabotage or toxic way of thinking or being or seeing or blocking yourself from receiving, seeing, or knowing because of your previous growing that you're releasing, you know what I'm saying? But either way, thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed all of this. And fortitude, staying power, right? You have that self-aware, seeing clearly, right? Facing issues as they are. The situation or event will rise, right? But at this time, certain things might be unchanged, but prosperity, look at jackpot, again, success in every kind of way. It's a lot to take in, to enjoy. All right, thank you so much. Yeah, until next time.